Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Uncle Sam's Wax Packs. This video is just an introduction of myself and to explain the purpose of this channel. In case you're interested, I came up with the name Uncle Sam's Wax Packs because I have 19 nephews and nieces, many grandnephews and nieces, and that's just how my family addresses me, and so hence the name Uncle Sam. My first year of collecting baseball cards was 1968 when I was 8 years old. Now, I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, but in 1968 I lived on the other side of the Mississippi River in a little town called Cahokia, Illinois. You could see Busch Stadium and the St. Louis Gateway Arch from my neighborhood, and so naturally I became an avid St. Louis Cardinals fan. In 1968, I can recall pulling rookie cards of Nolan Ryan, Johnny Bench, and Reggie Jackson. Now, not to mention the non-rookie cards of Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, and Willie Mays. Back then, I had a group of 3 friends who also collected baseball cards, and we started our own baseball card club where we kept all our cards together and took turns holding on to them. Just in case my 3 buddies, Pat, Gary, and Mike, are now watching, I want to make it very clear, yes, I am still a St. Louis Cardinals fan. In 1971, I moved away from Cahokia to Indiana and left my share of club cards with my friends, feeling that that's just where they belong. From my understanding, though, after I moved away, the cards were eventually set on fire so that nobody was really able to keep the prized collection. In 71 and 72, the first 2 years following my move to Indiana, I purchased only a few packs of baseball cards. However, in 1973 and 74, I began purchasing wax packs again. By the end of both years, I had a nice collection of baseball cards, but that's when my card collecting stopped. When I left home for college in 1978, I stored my baseball card collection in my parents' attic, and then upon graduation, they mysteriously disappeared. In 1994, my brother found my collection in my parents' home and brought them to me, and that's exactly when the collecting bug started all over again. At that time, I began a 6-year binge of purchasing unopened material primarily on eBay. And so this included sports and non-sports wax packs. Back then, I had no idea we were in a junk wax era, and so I thought I was making some sound investments. Looking back now, some were very good and others were very poor. Over 6 years, I managed to collect unopened material from the 1950s to the late 1990s. By the year 2000, I stopped collecting unopened material, but held on to my collection, figuring I would know what to do with it by the time I retired. Well, last year I retired. I retired from a 40-year career of teaching mathematics and computer classes at the high school level. So now's the time to make a decision on what I should do with all my unopened wax packs. I was inspired by Wolf Pac-Man's YouTube channel. Peace and pickleball to you. I was inspired by him, and the reason why is because it seems that he had already gone down the path that I am now following. I have also been inspired by Tim Berners-Lee, who is a computer scientist and was said to be the inventor of the first web browser. Tim's motivation for his contributions was to connect and share information globally. So that's what I would like to do with my wax pack collection. I want to connect with the world and share with you the opening of my wax pack collection. And in honor of all the athletes, actors, musicians, and every wax pack, and in honor of all the card collectors around the world, I hope you enjoy, and I give you Uncle Sam's Wax Packs.